I told ChatGPT I had a pipe leaking water all over my basement in Fort Worth, and it did not send me the 2,500 review giant. It didn't even send me to the company winning the map pack either, which we'll take a look at. It sent me to a shop with 661 reviews, and when I asked it why, the answer should scare every big company in this market. Yesterday, I showed you how AI picks a plumber when somebody asks who's the best. Today is what I promised you guys, an emergency search. The 2 a.m., water in the floor, I need somebody right now kind of search. So stick with me because the company that wins these is not who you think, and I'm going to show you exactly why. Quick recap if you guys missed yesterday's video. There is a second search war happening right now. Customers are starting to skip the list of ads and links, and they're just going straight to AI to look for who to call. And the AI does not give them a page to scroll. It gives them, at best, 2 or 3 names, like you can see here on screen, which we're going to go over in just a second here. Yesterday, we watched it crown a small shop for a very general search. Today, we're going to turn up the pressure and we're going to go after an emergency search because it's a little bit different. Nobody's price shopping when there's water pouring out across the floor. They take the first trustworthy answer they get and they move on them. Whoever owns that answer owns the most profitable calls in the trade. If you want us to run this exact check on your company, your town, your services, and show you who the AI actually hands the emergency calls to, the link is down below. But first, watch this. Now, recall the rule from yesterday that we talked about. Google ranks, AI tries to build consensus. Google basically just has a short list that it sends out, but AI reads everything on the internet to find out what's going on with these companies, and it builds a trusted list of 2 to 3 that match that the best. The AI is very, very literal. Ask it, who's best, and you get the best all around. Tell it that your pipe burst at 2 a.m., and it goes hunting for something much more specific. 3 things decide the emergency pick. 1, do you have a page that actually speaks to that exact problem in that exact town? Not a generic services page, a page about leaks in Fort Worth, which we're going to take a look at, and our number 1 guy did have. 2, do your reviews prove that you show up fast? The AI reads the words in your reviews, not just the stars. And 3, does your business information line up everywhere? The AI looks, same name, same address, same phone number, every single site. Hold on to that third one because at the end of this video, you're going to watch it destroy a giant. Let's go take a look at the scans. The company that the AI actually picked barely even shows up on the map, and it still got the call from AI. This is the map pack scan for the central location based on Stinson plumbing and water heater replacement. Did emergency plumber near me, and you can see the scan. These guys are showing up about 3rd in the map pack. They got a few 1-star rankings here, and it basically drops off pretty quick. We got about 10% saturation in the highest search areas, and then it's just gone. Most interestingly enough, they are also beating out the 2,500 review profile, but they are getting beat by Royal up here in Emergency Plumber Now. A little bit of that exact match naming we've been talking about here on the channel. But what's interesting, and we're going to go into this in a minute just back over on ChatGPT, is that Stinson is about 3rd in the map pack for this location. They don't have great saturation, but the AI actually ended up picking these guys, and we're going to break into why. So I asked GPT exactly why, and it showed me the exact page that won the job. So let's scroll through the search results really quick here through the AI. It did give me a number of locations, whether I was more central, whether I was in Dallas, closer to Fort Worth. I chose Fort Worth for this example, so we did end up with Stinson plumbing and water heater repair. So down here, I was like, okay, well, why did AI choose this, right? And this is where we actually start to break it down and look into exactly what's going on behind the scenes in AI search. Actually, Fort Worth based. Okay, open 24 hours a day. We know this is a common SEO trick. We've been using this on Google business profiles for a year to rank them higher in search. So if that makes sense, the exact problem is a core service. Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. So let's actually take a look at this page here. And I believe it is the location and service specific landing page. And sure enough, look at this, guys. The actual page is water leak detection repair services for Fort Worth, Texas. Okay, this is one of those specific SEO landing pages that is custom and regularly built across all of our SEO campaigns. Okay, after you build out your main service pages, you need to go back in and build the more granular service and location pages. It is so important you actually go through and build out these pages after your site is healthy and getting indexed and all the foundational SEO work has been done. Most companies, when they build out these pages, they just build out generic pages for their services. And we can see that they've actually linked all their generic service pages here, which I really like. But across this page, they're actually building the specific service and location page for every location, right? And that's what actually got the AI to choose these guys, because at 2 a.m., the problem matched exactly what they are talking about on their site so that someone searching through AI can actually go read about the problem and felt heard, right? The AI is looking for a specific answer to to a specific problem that the user prompted them with. Embed your real jobs on your website, real photos, real neighborhoods. The AI is reading them, okay? Look at this. On this landing page here, we actually have the real jobs and the photos from previous people and previous jobs that had actually worked in the area, okay? It is embedded on the page. They have another map up here, a heat map showing all the work they've actually done around the DFW area, okay? It is so important. You guys actually talk about the real localized jobs and the real local stuff you guys are actually doing in the area. AI is obviously doing this now, and it's obviously looking for more context around what your business actually does in the locations that you just claim to serve. Anyone can go write about these. Only the people who've actually done the jobs can post the real photos and actually talk about the experiences that they had in that location. The AI reads your reviews, not the stars. They're actually looking at the words. You want to see fast, same day, and you want to see these terms showing up. This is what got them picked. ChatGPT over here, if we take a look, was actually quoting and talking about the speed that they showed up repeatedly. And sure enough, if I just go to the page and look for the word fast on the page, it's showing up 6 times. Look at this. In the copy, throughout the page, and sure enough, look at this. In the reviews. This is what AI wants to see. They want to see real customer stories talking about queries and search terms that actually match up for what the user's asking for. This was obviously an emergency query that I gave AI, and I was interested in finding someone who could actually come out in the fastest means possible. And sure enough, by crawling around the internet, and they found this specific landing page for this specific location, and they had fast service, right? This is how your on-page content needs to be optimized these days for AI search to take these more granular search terms and actually capitalize on the leads coming from AI search. Now, watch the giant with 2,500 reviews lose, because this is just absolutely brutal. We take a look at the reviews, and unfortunately, coming in recently, they did get a number of 1 stars here in the past few weeks, but it's not even what the AI highlighted, okay? If we actually open up their landing page, and let's go take a look over here briefly and look at their on-page SEO, you guys can see, and if you've been following along the channel so far, it's just thin, right? We got a pop up here asking for a little CTA. Reputable Fort Worth plumbers. Okay, we have some keywordage here. Fort Worth plumbing services. Okay, not bad. But look, this is just the generic Fort Worth page. There's nothing actually on this page that talks specifically about the location and the service that we were actually going for with the AI. This is how these guys got beat out by a profile with 1/4 of the reviews at best. This is ridiculous. Let's look through. It's just thin content. We have H2s, sewer line repair systems. Okay, so they have keywords on the page. I'm not seeing a whole lot of internal links, which I do want to talk later on about on the channel, but we're not going to get into that today. But look, we do have some keywords in some search areas like Fort Worth mentioned. Not many in the FAQs here. We got Fort Worth here, and it's a little bit more thin, but look, it's just content. Where are the reviews? Where are all the customer stories? Where are the job photos that we just saw on these guys' site over here? Look at this. They have a scroll area. You can go through all kinds of jobs that they've done in all of these areas. This is what AI is looking for and trying to prioritize when it's deciding who to send this call to. It needs something that is specific and scoped to that user's query. And I hear this every single week. I can't compete with one of those big guys, right? I don't want to start this business over here because the review count is so big. They're so established over here. Guys, these guys have been kicking it for a long time. 2,500 reviews, and 1, they don't even show up in maps. 2, they don't show up in AI because they just have generic landing pages. If these guys had done a better job on page, they would have stood a chance. And it's something that you, as a smaller, scrappier, up-and-coming company, can usually dethrone these larger guys with just some really strong SEO on page and a few of the things we're going to go over in just a few minutes. The AI mixed up 2 locations because their NAP data was scattered. It found that over on Yelp, they have about a 1.7 star review, and it torched the entire company for it. So look at this. Within the same context, I just asked it, I'm curious, why didn't you recommend ARS, right? Let's go see. Down here, not the 3rd paragraph in, it says entity/listing problem with the ARS and DFW. Now, if you know anything about SEO, you know right where I'm about to go here. NAP data, name, address, and phone number. It needs to be consistent everywhere across other entities on the off-page SEO aspect of your entire SEO plan. It's fine if you have it on the on-page, but all of your citations, directories, mentions, these all need to be aligned. And look, the AI picked up on it immediately. A generic search surfaces ARS's Dallas and Irving operation instead of the Fort Worth branch. So we have address data out there that's actually messed up. And then it highlighted this, so it just thought it was fishy, right? It's inconsistent, it's sloppy, it looks bad. And so I pulled up ARS Rescue Router over here on Yelp. Poor guys are sitting about a 1.7, which is pretty rough. And look, their address is citing Irving when their main profile back over here under maps is Richland Hills, Texas. Okay. So NAP data and traditional SEO is still important. We've been going over this on the channel for the past few weeks now. Okay. You can rank in AI, but you still need to do the basics of on-page SEO and the traditional work and make sure it's actually done. Ideally, that way you can actually split the difference and maintain really, really strong SEO results as well as AI as it comes into the fold. Fill out your Better Business Bureau profile like it's your homepage, and the AI ends up treating it like one. So further on the chat here, we are looking at Stinson Plumbing still, the main one that showed up for the emergency plumbing in Fort Worth. So let's look at it. Look, Better Business Bureau rating, A+, accredited, yes. Okay, only since August 27 of last year, so only about a year ago, right? It shows it doesn't take too long to actually start getting some of these rankings. And look, all they do is they list all the services over here, okay? SEO has always been about on-page and off-page SEO, and part of the off-page SEO aspect is maintaining listings and credibility that is off-page. And you can see it here. They actually list all of their services on those external profiles. The citations, the backlinks, the local mentions, local notable profiles. And if they're just thin listings and you don't really have a fully fleshed out Better Business Bureau profile, you're not going to get that far, right? One of the reasons these guys made it so far is because they had all this information over there, and it can actually cross-reference this information with what's over on the site. It is this powerful combination of on-page SEO and off-page SEO that makes this strategy so powerful. It's a melding of the old SEO strategies and the new ones, focusing more on the off-page entities and reputation management of that business that starts to all collide into one and then gets you AI rankings just like this. Very, very impressive. These guys have done a phenomenal job keeping consistency across all their profiles. So as it turns out, just like yesterday's video, second market, second trade, and it ended the exact same way. It was never about the reviews. The giant that has 2,500 you can see here with ARS, AI just never touched him because his information was a mess and his pages were thin. The shop with about 660 reviews built the exact page for the exact emergency, proved it in its reviews that it actually shows up fast and is reliable, and kept its information clean everywhere, which resulted in it basically quietly taking most of the profitable calls in DFW. If you want us to run this exact check on your company and show you who the AI sends your emergencies to, the link is down below. And subscribe, because tomorrow we're going to take this exact example over to Miami. We're going to run it on roofers. New market, new trade, and I guarantee you it's going to teach us something new. Talk soon.